All right, guys, we're out in the bee yard. Hopefully you can see everything good. Did some grass two days ago in a nuke that I got. I took the nuke and I split it. I put the queen and a couple frames in a new box, kept the other box in the same location with a bunch of bees, and the resources needed to make some queens. Did the graft, and today we're going to check it to see if any of them took. If not, we'll have to regraft, but I figured I would share with you what we find. I have not looked in here yet, so if it's complete disappointment, I apologize. But let's see what we got. All right, it's a little better weather today. The sun's out, so they're hopefully not as pissy as they were the other day. And as you can see, that's never happened. That frame, I don't know if you guys saw that, is attached to the box and came right out with it. So that was interesting. So we'll put this over here. All right, let's see what we got, guys. Like I said, this is only the second time I've grafted, so it's hard to say. We could have complete disappointment, but you gotta try. And it looks like there's bees on them. Oh yeah, so you can see they are taking. I think we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13. This is a cell bar that I made custom with JZBZ cups. I have tried to rear queens. The first time I made my own out of wax and put the JZBZ cups in there as well, and not a single one of them took to the wax, but all the JZBZ cups, not all, excuse me, but the ones that did take were all JZBZ cups. So those are by far the best cups that I've personally found so far, and it's very simple to make your own bar holder and frame. So we'll see how it goes, but so far so good. I'm gonna get a pollen patty. So we're gonna give them a little extra feed. I got some Mann Lake pollen patties. You gotta be careful with these. I will admit that I've had issues in the past. The problem is that if you put too much and not the right time of year and not the right setup, you will get beetles, you will get issues. So you have to be careful when you feed pollen patties to the bees. This is a top feeder that I built that goes on there. It's got a ladder system that is in it that goes up into the top where the bees can get to a container that holds syrup. So they've got syrup too. We're gonna get this back on here, hopefully without crushing a bunch of our bees. All right, so I'll show you guys the setup I have here. So we have a disc entrance that I have reduced a little bit just to ensure they can guard it, and a nuke made out of Advantech. And then, like I said, on top here we have a feeder system. It's got a ladder that goes up into a Tupperware dish that I use for syrup. Like I said, this is a learning experience for me. I'm no expert by any means, but you've got to be careful of how much syrup you put in here, and just monitor it, because if you put too much and the bees aren't consuming it, it will get moldy, it will get nasty, it will make a mess. So I warn you that it is a great setup, but you have to be careful because it will get nasty if you don't take care of it. So I've learned it's easier just to put a little bit in. What I've got in here is sugar, obviously with water, and I mix in electrolytes as well. just a small portion. I think it does help with the bees, but as you can see here, if you're not careful and they're not consuming it fast enough, you will get mold. So it's a great little setup. I've got it from backyard barnyard or barnyard bees. It is nice, but like I said, you just can't put too much in there, and you got to monitor it to ensure that it's not getting nasty, because obviously with the heat and sugar, if they don't consume it quick enough, it will get nasty fast. But as you can see, looks like we had a successful graft. So this is the grafting nuke, and then down here is the mother hive with the queen. It's got a lot of bees in it, but a lot of young bees, but there was enough resources in there for the bees to mature and then build up out on their own with foragers, etc. Most of the foragers and whatnot are still in the cell builder because I left the nuke in the same spot. But this is actually full of bees. You just don't see the activity because they're young bees. We've also got some other nukes set up, ready to rock and roll for when our queens do come out. And then we've got some big hives set up for expanding. This is another nuke. This is a queen right nuke that overwintered on my apiary that I had to requeen. They tried to supersede the queen too early, and there was no drones. We had an extremely long winter this year, so I had to requeen that in order to save them, and they're just starting to do very well. And then here is a queen right nuke, and here is a split from one of the nukes that I bought that has a virgin in it. I am not checking that yet. It's been a few days, but I'm going to give that a couple weeks. You don't want to fiddle with this stuff too much. I learned that last year. This is only my second year of beekeeping. Another queen right nuke, and this one is another virgin queen setup as well. So the goal is to raise our own queens, expand, and then maintain our apiary without having to constantly buy queens and bees. So word of advice, if you're just starting out, learn how to raise queens. The number one issue I had last year was probably beetles and wax moths. And then number two was queenless hives, not identified and taken care of in a timely manner. So this is year two, and I plan on making it a much better year. So we'll see how it goes, and I will hopefully be able to share some of my experiences with you guys to help you succeed and not make the same mistakes. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, make a comment. Any questions, please ask. I'm not an expert beekeeper, and I'm not an expert video maker, so please be forgiving on your comments, and I appreciate it.